Hey, look at there. You see him? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
Hey, there's Jackie Bros.
I'm done lap.
Yep.
Back with the podcast.
Still doing this, I reckon, yeah.
Hard to believe.
I don't know why. I don't know why. It's easy to believe. I don't know why I'm doing it.
Well, let's not waste any time here up top, Jackie, because today's one of those special episodes where we asked our listeners, our fervent listeners and fans, the multitudes of eager, waiting fans.
Yeah, I didn't ask nobody nothing. You did this. What?
On Facebook, we
On the
said,
computer,
tell us what you want us to talk about. And I'm saying 36, I'm sure good and mostly not racist comments on here.
Well, that's good, yeah.
So, you know, we're going to have a lot to talk about. I also asked people on Twitter. Not a single son of a bitch from Twitter wrote us back.
I don't know the difference between either one of them.
I've let Twitter lay fallow.
Well, I don't know what it is. You should get on there and put your numbers in, your letters, talk to some. I don't know how it is.
You proud of your ignorance.
I
never
ain't
seen somebody so proud to be ignorant as
I ain't
Jackie
ignorant.
Bros.
I just ain't got no use for it. It ain't being. If you like doing that all day, that's fine. That's, you know, I ain't got no use for it. I don't think that makes me ignorant. Maybe I'm smarter because I'm able to do all that I do without having to get on one of them things on your phone all the time, in the ear, on the eyes, all of it. I don't need it in my life.
Oh, sure, you're smarter. Like a caveman was smarter, rooting around, like rubbing his buddy on the grass and up against a tree, like scooting around in shit.
All right,
filth.
I don't need to hear all that.
Instead of learning to read and getting a book
read.
out.
I can read. I read books. I read a little more. I read newspaper every day. I don't need no computer for all that. Computer for me is this, whatever it is we're doing here. And somebody showed me their kid playing t-ball, the youngins, you know, on the YouTubes, you know, hitting the thing on there.
I would like to say everybody sends us goat videos on Facebook and Twitter. Keep those coming. I do show those to Jackie. He does
I like
appreciate
it.
them.
Yeah, you know. Did you see them goats? Somebody showed me on the dam. They had the dam and the goats on there. Did you see that?
No, I missed that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
What
Pretty much it's hard to mess it up with a goat.
Did they fall into the dam?
No, they didn't fall. They're climbing goats. That's the point of it. They're going and walking across the dam. They up on the rocks. They know how to do it. Goats.
Shitting in our water supply.
Well, that's nature natural. I mean, you talk about being smart. I'd like to see you try to do that. You couldn't walk across that dam on the side of it.
That's why I am smart. I ain't walking across a dam unless I get drunk enough, and then I'll do it if you dare me.
Hell.
That means I'm smart.
How does any of that what you said mean? There ain't one smart word in any of that.
Oh, Jackie, let me tell you this. Seen a good movie last night. You probably won't go on pick it up. It's called Sinister.
What?
It's about a haunted house murders and what's his face is in it.
Who?
You know, from Ben Stiller movie Generation X.
I don't know what any of that
Ethan
is.
Hawke's in it. But
Ethan
listen to
Hawke.
who's in it, Jackie.
Yeah.
It's gonna make you happy. This is why I stuck with it. Some girl put it on and said, "Watch this. It'll make me get so scared you'll have to put your hand up in me." And I said, "Well, I'll give it a second."
I ain't gonna listen to this.
And first 5 minutes, guess who shows up wearing a sheriff's uniform?
I don't know.
Fred Thompson.
Oh, well, Fred Thompson, that's good right
And
there.
then
yeah.
he's got another scene later on wearing a sheriff's uniform.
That's all you had to say. You didn't need to bring up Ethan There ain't no reason to ever bring him up, but all you got to say is Fred Thompson, and yes, sir.
So it's pretty good.
Well, if he's playing the sheriff, that's about as good a show you get. I liked him on Law and Order. He's good on there, but I'll be honest, I'd rather see him as a sheriff.
Well, it's a little weird him squeezed into like an Enos uniform. He doesn't.
He looked fine in the Enos uniform.
He looks all right.
Well, yeah.
He looks probably like he should have retired about 5 years ago. You start wondering about the sheriff's backstory. Like, has he got a lot of alimony? Like, why is he still, like, don't they need a younger sheriff who more energetic?
They don't need a younger sheriff. Fred Thompson be just fine as any sheriff in any movie. They don't need no younger one. I'd want a sheriff with, some learning in the job, knowing his business. Some young guy don't know nothing.
Gravitas.
Well, yeah, there you go. That's old Fred Thompson right there in a nutshell, yeah.
Gravitas.
Yeah. So I need to see Spinster.
No, Sinister.
Sinister.
But you really don't
Fred
need
Thompson.
to see it because it's really more like a cameo. There's one scene with Fred Thompson and Ethan Hawke. Then there's another scene with Fred Thompson pulls over Ethan Hawke.
Well, yeah.
Who's
I'd
fleeing
like
the haunted house
Yeah.
with his family. I guess it's not really the house that's haunted as much as his own personal demons has let. It's just a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah,
Really.
hey, all right. I want to see old Fred Thompson. That sounds good.
I
I'd
didn't
like to
know
see
he
that.
was still acting, so I
I-
guess as a public service to Jackie, anytime I see Fred Thompson pop up in a movie, I'll just let y'all know.
I appreciate that. Them ghosts don't know what they're in for if he's sheriff of town. I see that. Censor.
I guess I need to get on Twitter and let you tweet to Fred Thompson about how much you enjoyed Sinister.
I hadn't seen it yet. I know
Well, he don't need to know.
Well, I'm going to watch it. I ain't going to get on computer and lie like everybody else. That's another reason I don't get on there. It's just full of people telling lies. I mean, this and that, crazy stuff. I don't need it. Don't want no computer.
As opposed to real life when everybody adheres to the truth at all times.
Well, more likely I can see someone in the eye, look someone in the eye and have a pretty good sense of whether he's full of it or this or that. On the computer, you don't know nothing.
You can't look somebody in the eye. That's true. You can't judge their body language like
No.
Bill O'Reilly.
Yeah,
You
can't do it.
Just words.
Yeah, just words. You don't know. I'm going to get on and do my sponsor here before we get into all these. What is it? We got to talk to people on the computer. That's what we're going to do for an hour.
They told us what they want us to talk about, what they want us to discuss, what's going on in the world.
Well, if I know anything about it, I'll put my 2 cents in. I guess that's what I'm here for. Yeah. Well, my sponsor this week is, the same sponsor I had last week, but I got to say something at the top before I get into it. Now, Miss Phillips kitty pillows used to be pillows, had a cat on it. It's like a picture of a cat on the pillow, on the actual pillow, but very toxic to animals. Very toxic. People thought kitty pillows, it was just meant
That was
to...
confusing.
I can understand that now. Looking back on it, I'll say it, yeah.
Called them kitty pillows. They had
Well,
a picture of a cat on the pillow.
There you
They
go.
were not for cats. They would kill cats.
It didn't kill. The first time around, one cat almost had tubes in it and this and that. But that was it. And so, because whatever it was, he used to paint the cat on the pillow.
We don't know what.
I don't know. Arts and crafts like that. I always paint with just watercolor, thing like that. But to each his own. But see, so she took the cat off there and just had a blue pillow. And still Miss Phillips kitty pillows. So blue pillows were safe for animals.
So those were pillows for cats.
Yes. They would not.
But did not have a cat on them.
Didn't have these, just a nice little blue pillow, You use it for whatever. You can use it for a cat. Put it behind your head on an airplane. Put it under your feet, whatever you want to do with it. I mean, it's just a nice little blue pillow. And as far as we knew last week, would not hurt or make ill a cat or an animal like it of that size.
As far as we knew.
Well, back then, so it turns out.
Oh, no.
Now, listen here, we don't know for sure, but I feel it's my responsibility. And Miss Phillips said go on here and make sure, get this straightened out, get it taken care of right now. Now, these pillows, some cats got really, really sick again for getting on the blue ones. Not the first pillows, these other pillows that we thought were fine. But I know a few families that needed a little blue pillow, got Mrs. Phillips kitty pillow, the blue one, and they had a puppy and 2 cats, and they were fine. Did nothing happen to them. So there was another, 2 or 3 or 4 more families that had cats that said that as soon as the cat snuggled up or got close or rubbed up against whatever it did with the pillow, just keeled over.
So what are you saying? These pillows
it didn't
might
kill them.
Kill your cats?
It's kind of what we don't know for sure.
Some cats are okay.
Some cats were fine. Got on that blue pillow, laid on it, rubbed on it, scratched on it, did all that stuff. Didn't bother the cat at all. But there's 3 or 4 other families. Cat, and I said keeled over, it didn't die. What happens is if the cat has a reaction to it, evidently, because they all describe the same thing, it just kind of keels over and shakes a little bit, and in the mouth,
their internal organs shut down, I think is what's happening.
I don't know. They're fine now. Everything's fine. Little medication, the vet trip, everything's fine. But there were some cats that were not, affected at all. So, we don't know absolutely for sure which pillow that's something. If you bought one and you have a cat, your cat's fine, I guess everything's all right. Yeah.
But if your cat is sick, it's probably the pillow's fault.
There's a good chance that you should look into it.
Maybe we shouldn't have sponsors on here where we have to come on every week and warn pet owners about.
Well, you just taking a chance. It's a pet owners. We have laid it out from the beginning. Now, nobody ever misconstrued something except this last time. The first time when she's on here, we had a picture of a cat on there. We made it plain and clear that those pillows were toxic to cats. The pictures of the cats on the pillow, toxic to cats. Now, the blue pillows that we thought was fine, and now we're not really sure what's going on. Now, because there's some cats that, like I said, scratch, rolled all over and everything else, cats doing fine. Others did not happen that way. They got sick, keeled over, and, get the shakes, whatever, but they're fine now. All the cats are fine. Granted, those pillows have been removed from those homes where the cats get killed over and got to having a fit, seizure, whatever it is.
So why would she still be selling these pillows? Because they don't have cats on them.
Well, you don't, because now if all of the cats had acted that way, I'm sure she would have pulled these pillows, never made another one of them. But we don't know for sure because there's one family got cats, 2 cats all over that pillow. Pictures of it, everything else. They said, I know. She called them up and said, them cats didn't get that pillow, and they said, no, they own it right now. I said, get them away, but they was fine. Nothing happened to them 2.
Why is it so hard for this woman to make a pillow that won't kill a cat?
It ain't killed one yet. Don't say that. Made it sick.
When you make pillows, that shouldn't even enter into your consciousness. Like, I hope this doesn't kill a cat.
Now,
she's made 2 different lines of pillows, and they both kill cats.
Well, some of the blue pillows made some cats sick, and then a blue pillow was fine to some cats. So I think it's a cat. The cat may be allergic to this or that. So get your cat checked out.
If you made something that just killed cats,
it was not her intention. She did not do it for that reason.
But if she set out to do that, she would probably have a lower success ratio than she has just making pillows. Because all the first pillows killed cats.
They did. You keep saying killed.
The blue pillows
made the cats sick. Did not kill no cat that we know of. Made them. Granted, it hurt the cat. I ain't saying that,
If you won't get on our podcast and tell listeners we are endorsing a product.
I have given every warning that I can give. It's not like I'm being deceitful or Mrs. Phillips is being deceitful in an attempt. We are laying it on the line, letting people know. Now I'll be the first to say, if you get one of these blue pillies, it's like playing Russian roulette with a blue pilly and a cat. You don't know for sure. But if you ain't got no pets and need a little pillow, it's fine, yeah.
That's Miss Phillips.
Kitty pillows.
Kitty
yes, sir.
pillows.
Yeah.
Well, let's make certain we have everybody knows the name of that business.
Well, yeah.
If they own cats. I got a sponsor this week, Jackie. I think you're really going to like them.
Oh, good, yeah. I hope so. Usually it ain't the case, I'll say right now.
Oh, you're really going to enjoy this. I think they're out there doing everybody a good service. It's a new business opened up right off the square there in Murfreesboro. It's called Good Neighbor.
Huh?
Good Neighbor.
Good Neighbor.
Because, Jackie, you know what times are like these days. You don't even know who your neighbors are anymore.
Well.
And if you do know who they are, you don't want to know who they are. They're probably some meth heads or some deadbeat dads won't even pay a little money to keep their kids in shoes, and here it is, winter.
That's pitiful right there.
Running some sort of swingers club on the weekends. Who knows? Who knows what's going on behind the closed curtains of the people who live closest to you?
Well.
But it ain't like it used to be, where you could turn to them for help.
That's true, yeah.
When you could confide your secrets to them. No, sir, not anymore. Nowadays, it's best to live behind locked doors and bolted windows.
That's sad to say, but that's true, yeah.
Shades drawn, gun loaded.
Well, sometimes, yeah.
That's life in 2013.
Yeah.
But sometimes you need to move a dresser. Sometimes you need somebody to help you get down in your septic tank and root around.
Wow.
Who you going to turn to then? If you can't talk to your neighbors, who can you turn to then? Well, that's when you turn to Good Neighbor. Right off the square. You just call them up, tell them what you need. You need somebody to watch house when you go out of town. You need somebody to help you move a bookcase down the stairs. You need somebody to jump your car off. Things that neighbors used to do.
Well,
roles that neighbors used to fill are now filled by Good Neighbor.
Good Neighbor. I like that, yeah.
Why set yourself up for a disappointment by getting to know and like your neighbors, who in the end will only screw you?
Well.
When you could just pay a little money to a business and then not have to deal with actual human beings.
They just there to help out however you need it, if you need something done.
You need something done, you need somebody to help you hold a large animal down for a vaccination.
Well, yeah.
You need somebody to steady a ladder while you clean out the gutters.
Good Neighbor, huh?
Good Neighbor.
Now, who runs Good? What? I don't know who they are just because they got that name.
That is true, Jackie. I can see in this age, this day and age, you don't know who you're dealing with.
Well, yeah.
At Good Neighbor any more than you do know you're dealing with actual neighbors.
Well, yeah.
But let me tell you, Sam Crazen, who runs Good Neighbor.
Sam Crazen, that's his business.
He's probably one of the best old boys you ever going to run
He's
across.
a nice fella. He comes in the store down here every now and then. Yeah, about as good a fella as you know, yeah.
I wish he was my neighbor.
Well, I do, too. It'd be nice to have. That's worth paying a little extra money. Just Mr. Crazen coming over there and get chit-chat with him and helping out.
He don't come over. He has to run the office. He's got paperwork and bookkeeping and stuff to deal with.
Who comes over and helps you then?
Mostly Mexicans. He goes down to Home Depot or wherever and just loads up a truck full of whoever staff. I say Mexicans, and I know that's racist because a lot of them are just, from Central America too. So let me take that back. I don't know. The people, it doesn't matter where they're from. The people who hang around Home Depot mostly speak Spanish.
Nothing against Mr. Crazy, but I could just do that myself. That's just cutting out the middleman.
Yeah, but then you got to talk to people. See, Jackie, this way you don't have to deal with neighbors or Mexicans. I mean, they're going to be running around, but they're taking their orders over a walkie-talkie from somebody back in Good Neighbor HQ.
Yeah, sometimes the language barrier there, a few times
You give your orders to the people at Good Neighbor HQ. They relay your orders to the
Workers.
people in your house.
Well,
You don't have to get involved.
well, what? All right, I guess that's worth something, yeah.
I mean, Jackie, why don't you just go next door, knock on the door, and say, "Hey, can I borrow a rake?" And the next thing you know, a couple months later, somebody's knocking on your door at 2 a.m. drunk, like, "I locked myself out of my house. You got a crowbar or something I can borrow, old man?"
Yeah.
Just go to Good Neighbor.
Good neighbor. All right.
Pay Sam Crazen the money.
All right.
Let him work it out.
Well, if I need some help, I guess that's worth a little extra money. You all right?
Oh, sick.
What's wrong with you? Don't you get sick now.
Oh,
I just got over something.
we need a button you press when you cough.
Huh?
I'm just going to put this cough drop back in my mouth. I was afraid it was clicking against my teeth too loud. Y'all let me know, listeners at home, if this cough drop's clicking against my teeth too loud.
All right. That's Good Neighbor. I like it. Yeah.
Good neighbor.
Mrs. Phillips, Kitty Pelley's, and
Good Neighbor.
Good Neighbor.
Why deal with the members of your community or the new foreign-born members of your community when you don't have to?
I tell you this right now, even if Mr. Crazen don't come out himself, just calling up, talking to him on the phone, telling him what you need, that's a pleasant.
Well, he's got a girl that answers the phone.
Well, what?
From a temp service or something, I guess. I don't know. She seems kind of shady to me. Dark circles under her eyes.
Well, I know she must be. If she's working for Mr. Crazen, she's all right. He's a good fella. It's a shame he ain't got time to do some of that himself, but I understand running the business
Plus
now.
his back.
Well, yeah.
So that's Good Neighbor and Miss Phillips Kitty Pillows.
Yeah.
Those are our sponsors for the week of December 1st, 2013. And I guess that's our show. Oh, no, wait. We have about 40 things to talk about.
What?
That's how many people got on the Facebook.
I can't go through 40.
Well, we're gonna speed through these.
All right,
Sorry, everybody.
Sick.
It's just something going around.
I don't want to catch it. I just got over something over the holidays, and now
we sit down here in this room. There's no ventilation. We're just breathing the same black fungusy air.
I used to smoke in
every
here.
week.
I quit smoking. I don't smoke in here no more. It used to be just.
These walls, if you've ever seen a yellow that is so yellow it's black, that's the color of these walls.
And underneath is something else. It's just I ain't had time. Still trying to file everything away in here, make sure everything's up to snuff. But I'll get to them walls eventually. Yep.
I heard they used to be periwinkle.
Well, something. I don't know. It's been a while. Your eyes go when you get older too. I don't know why it makes any difference.
Okay, Jackie, you ready? We're going to speed through this. This is
All
speed news, current events. Let's see. It's kind of a test of our keeping up with the day's events, too, because a lot of this, we ain't going to know what they're talking about.
All right. Yeah.
John Holliday asks, is college still worth the cost?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, how much does it cost?
I never went to college. I think a good education is everybody should get one in their own way. But, I don't know how much college costs these days. I had no idea.
I signed up for some classes a few times, and I did some maintenance work.
Yeah.
But on different campuses. But I guess if college is cheap, it's worth it.
Well, if you're something to...
If it gets you laid a lot, if you get to party.
All right. It ain't made for all that. It's supposed to be.
Probably if you get to join a fraternity, that would make it worth it.
If you play sports, play
college ball, then you're probably very valuable to.
Don't bring up college ball, good Lord.
I think that's down the list here.
Sure it is, yeah.
So is college still worth the cost, John Holliday? I'm going to have to say no.
Yeah. I'll go with that, too. I guess not. This day and age, I know people go to college to learn this stuff that ain't ever going to be useful in life. And I don't know the name of half of it. What are you taking? Philosophy or this? I mean, that ain't going to get you no work. It may be fun going there and read books and talk to the smart teaching this and that.
No.
That ain't going to. That don't sound fun to me.
How is that fun? Read books, talk to the smart teacher.
You know, always an egghead in the corner glasses. Well, I just won't read my book. You know, that world's got all kinds.
Foghorn Leghorn.
Well, then that little chicken, yeah.
That's what college is like.
And
I'm Foghorn Leghorn. I'm showing you how to be cool. That little nerd chicken, y'all.
Well, he was always smarter. You got to give credit where credit's due, because he blow him up over and over again to do something to him.
The chicken would blow up Foghorn Leghorn.
Yeah.
Make a rocket.
Yeah, whatever it was, he made all sorts of stuff. He tried to show him how to do something, and the smart little chicken would make it better, and somehow it usually hurt him, Foghorn Leghorn.
See, that's a good lesson to learn. That's a lesson like Aesop's Fables, but it's in a cartoon.
Yeah.
So I'm saying cartoons are like college.
Well, you could learn just as much, as far as getting through the world and knowing what you need to know to get through life. Yeah, there's a lot of good cartoons.
We just learned from talking about Foghorn Leghorn that smart people ain't as smart as they should be, but sometimes the smart people get blown up anyway.
The little chicken didn't get blown up. Foghorn Leghorn, I'd say it means smart people are mean, personally. That's just...
There's always an old maid chasing you.
Yeah.
And a mean New York dog.
Yeah.
Those are your enemies.
Yeah,
old maid and New York dog.
Yeah. And little chicken showing you up all the time.
So that's college to me. You can watch cartoons for free on YouTube.
I guess we're not really going to speed through these.
Well, if you get me talking about Foghorn Leghorn,
that's what I'm saying. If all these questions going to have to do with cartoons, we're going to be talking for a long time.
Well, there is one down here about Rob Ford, so that's kind of a cartoon. All right. Alexander DeWolf just says ghettos.
Ghettos?
Is that race baiting? Is he trying to race bait us?
I don't know.
I don't know which side he's on. He could be liberal, saying ghettos, expecting us to be real racist, or he could be conservative, concerned about ghettos. You know, not like liberals get concerned.
But like really concerned what we're going to do about these.
Right. How can they pull themselves up by their bootstraps? Not like a liberal who's like, let's conspire to get their votes.
Yeah. That's it. I'll give you stuff, yeah.
Like, he may be really concerned, like, how do we get these people to bootstrap themselves? So we don't know where you're coming from.
That sounds like a loaded, that's one of them gotcha questions right there that they give Sarah Palin and stuff. Somebody will walk up to her and say ghetto to her face.
And then she goes off and writes a Christmas book.
Yeah. So I don't,
we're not falling for that, Alexander DeWolf.
I appreciate you trying, but no, sir.
We are smart chicken on that one. And you're Foghorn.
You're Foghorn. You got blown up in the face there, yeah.
Dominic Day says how Joe Biden will inadvertently start a war with all of Asia on his upcoming Asian trip.
Hell, he wouldn't even be able to do that.
He's going to be looking for Panda Express half the time. Well, I wouldn't say he's going to start a war with all of Asia unless he's actually visiting every country in Asia. But the ones he visits, definitely.
There's a possibility, yeah.
Eric Furr says, crazy Black Friday shoppers.
Oh, good Lord.
We didn't get to talk much about Black Friday last week, I don't think. I don't know.
I never did do none of that. Now, I remember years ago, it's just gotten worse and worse. Of course, maybe it was bad back then. You know, I don't know how many videos you showed me on the computer of people getting tasered or wrestling or fighting and screaming and all of it over. It's worth the extra $100 for me to pay for something just not to get trampled or trample anybody. I don't understand it.
If these companies really wanted to make money, they should charge people that want to stay home $100 not to have to go to the store.
Yeah, they'd get my money for that. Yeah.
I don't know how they do that. I mean, why would they? I wouldn't owe them any money for staying home. But if they can figure it, they'll figure it out someday.
Well, they're smart. Business people smart. They got all those people running in there. And I understand nobody likes a good bargain like me. But I ain't going to stand outside, and I ain't going to fight nobody, and it's always around Christmas time, which just makes it, it just ain't what I remember Christmas time being, was just people running, knocking over each other, screaming and hollering, getting handcuffed. get the taser out off of TV or whatever it is.
That's what it's come to, Jackie.
Yep.
But now you sound like a lot of liberals were saying you don't need to, let's not support these businesses that are open on Thanksgiving Day.
I shop at Walmart and Target and all of them, but I don't go where on Black Friday.
Because you ain't crazy.
I ain't crazy. I may be a lot of things, but I don't think I'm crazy as hell.
So don't take my not going to the stores as a blow against Walmart and the man. He's just, I don't want to be that close to that many people.
Yeah, that's a big part of it there, yeah.
There's too many people
in
one place.
Yeah.
I don't like a Walmart on regular Saturday. See
Well,
everybody in the world.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Dunlap, when you coming back to church?
Yeah.
Hey, Dunlap, you supposed to come get inoculated at the doctor after you touch that weird animal. All these obligations. I don't need to go to Walmart on Saturday and see everybody in the world remind me of everything I got to do.
That's true. Sometimes it's hard to get shopping done.
Everybody up in your business.
You got to say hi to everybody. Well, you got to be polite and nice. That's why I like Walmart. Nice, polite people.
How's your mama? She's back with your daddy? Who's she married to now?
Hell, listen, I get just going in the greeter. You know him.
Oh.
Henry Jacobs. He'll talk you. I mean, he's a nice fella, nice Walmart greeter, but, you know.
There's something wrong with him.
You can't get the cart in the store.
They should not make him greater. They should hide him away somewhere in the back. I don't know what it is.
He's just talkative and he's sweet as can be.
But he won't let you. He won't. The idea of the grader is to make you feel welcome in the store, not hold you up 20 minutes at the front of the store.
That's what I'm saying, but it's nice. I mean, but still, it's just overdoing it. I kind of agree with you. I ain't saying hide him, but give him a mop or something. You know, give him something where, you know.
Put him on the loading dock. He's strong.
Oh, he's strong as an ox. Yeah, big boy, yeah.
Put him at a register so I don't have to stand in a dang line. I want to get in and out.
Well, yeah.
So that's our response.
God bless his soul. I'm glad he's working. But I don't know if that's a career.
Too talky.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
Yeah.
Alabama and Auburn.
Oh,
College football. Big, crazy game yesterday, Jackie.
It's crazy, yeah. They lost. Roll Tide, Bama. I don't care much for Auburn.
War Eagle.
Yeah.
Roll Tide.
Yeah.
Go Vols.
Well, yeah, I like him.
College football. That was from Volley Stone. Am I reading these names? Volley Stone said Alabama and Auburn.
Yeah.
Toby Andrew Smith says Black Friday. I think we covered you, Toby. Or Andrew. Or Toby Andrew.
Yeah.
Melissa Love All Stover says new form knockouts on the elderly.
What?
She talking about the knockout game?
Oh, hell, I seen that on TV. What's wrong with children these days?
I don't know, but what are they supposed to... Half of TV yesterday was showing Blackout Friday knockout games, and that's over.
That's people, of age, yeah.
And now these guys out in the streets say, let's just pretend to be like mom and daddy going to the store.
Well, you got a point there, but still, there's something wrong with just going up and hitting people.
Has anybody asked if those people deserve it?
I thought it was just random is what it was, wasn't it? If it's personal, I didn't get that out of it. I thought they just going up to whomever.
It's supposed to be random, but I'm just wondering, what if these kids have done their research?
Well, I know a few people that need their head knocked up the side of, but, you know, it ain't for me to do or anybody else.
Kids walking down the street. Kids are dangerous.
Well, yeah.
Kids just out on the street, prowling around, violent, full of jizz.
What?
It's hard to be a young male teenager. You just want to hit somebody or get up in them.
What?
That's what it's like to be 16 years old.
And I don't remember being like that.
Well, it was different back then.
I didn't run up and hit somebody from behind when I was a teenager. Didn't even think about it. Didn't enter my mind.
What did they call the knockout game back when you were a kid?
There wasn't no such thing.
It just didn't go under a different name?
Well, there was something now the kids get together where they'd play stick you.
What was stick you?
You just get branch, rip it off, but you didn't throw it hard at them or nothing.
That's kids fighting kids, too. I think what we're worried about is it going from kids fighting kids to kids attacking adults.
Well, that's what you didn't attack them, but you take a stick and just...
To adults?
You throw it at them, but, just toss it. You didn't throw it hard or nothing. It was just funny. They, you go stick you, and you throw a stick at them. But not hard. Nobody got hurt. And, they just kind of, hey, you kids, you got me there, but...
What?
Stick you.
I thought you grew up back in a Andy Griffith-esque...
Well, that's what I'm saying. We did. We had, you just rip
Stick you?
Not jab them with a stick. You just kind of toss a stick in their direction. Most time just land on the feet. Not a big stick, and you just go stick you, and they go on about the business.
Well, did adults ever wear you out?
No, it was fun. I mean, they just go, you got to say it. I see you, Jackie Boys. You done stick me. It was just something, fun. Just being,
Maybe you need to go out and teach stick you to all the knockout game
Well,
kids.
they'd probably take a stick and knock you upside the head with it. That's not what we did. You just kind of lightly toss it in someone's direction.
Some liberals say this knockout game stuff don't even exist. It's all a creation of the media and the race-baiting conservative media outlets.
Well, I don't know what to believe on the computer. I seen it with my own eyes, the video of kids walking up and knocking.
See, because I'm saying kids, but in reality, when they talk about knockout game, we're talking about black kids.
Well, yeah, all the videos I saw, they were black children, yeah.
And maybe there's a bunch of videos of white kids doing it. Well, those have not turned up yet.
I have not seen any.
Well, we don't really know what these videos are.
Well, they showed the same video over and over again, and then
it's a craze. It's a terrible craze.
But I only saw 2, 3 videos of it. I don't. It seems like if that's why it was popular, you'd be filming it all the time. It seems like if it was happening all over the place.
So liberals are saying that conservative media is making too big a deal out of all this. They're creating an urban myth, a legend like Wilding, where none exists. I don't have the time to do any research into it, so let's just call it a draw.
Well,
let's tell you this: say kids are awful.
Yeah, well, black, white, it don't matter what color. Most time, nowadays, now back in the old days where we would just play sticky, there wasn't nothing wrong with that.
All right, with sticky.
Yeah,
that sounds like an urban legend to me, except a boring one that nobody would ever talk about.
It's what we did for fun back in the days. We didn't have to be on the computer. We didn't have to be knocking people upside the head. So I'll take sticky any day over knockout, whatever it is.
Jamie Austin Frierson says duck hunting.
Yeah.
It's good.
I like duck hunting, yeah. I don't eat duck it's fun to, I
shoot
never did.
them.
Shoot them, yeah, that's fun, but eating a duck,
Well, maybe you ain't never had it the way Jamie Austin Frierson makes it.
I don't mean to knock it. May be delicious that way. It just, to me...
He may be anti-duck hunting. I don't know.
I don't know either.
You got to read a lot into somebody on a computer talking to you. He could be saying duck hunting like, ain't it great? And we sit here. And then he said, I meant it stupid.
That's what I was saying earlier. Was you don't know what nobody's doing on the computer. Everybody be lying. I don't know if that's anybody's real name on there you reading.
All right. Okay, we got to speed through these, Jackie.
I like duck hunting. That duck hunting's fine, yeah.
Okay, so here we go. We're going. Let's try it like this, Jackie. We each get a line. Instead of this free-form conversation, I'm going to read out the person's name, what they told us to talk about.
Yeah.
You say something, I'll say something. Let's see if that improves this podcast at all.
I don't know what can improve this.
Brucifer Burton says, Charles Manson's Bride.
What?
Is that your line?
What, my line?
Are you going to say something and I was going to say something? Was that it?
Charles Manson's Bride?
I said that. I already said that. Brucifer Burton says Charles Manson's Bride. Then you say...
I don't. He get married after he's in jail.
He's
isn't
like
he?
a 20-something-year-old
Oh,
goth
hell.
girl
Oh, hell.
named, what was it, Star or Sunshine or
She sounds just like one of them women back in the 60s with him.
she's supposed to look like one of his little cabal, but I don't know which
And
one
that's that.
it is.
He's one of them people tell somebody to do something they dumb enough to do it. Whether it be sneak around someone's house, marry him, or kill him, People
I think those are the main three things. Sneak around somebody's house, kill them, marry me. Those are his big.
and that is it in that order too.
What
isn't
else you need, really?
it? Yeah,
He's kind of got it boiled down. It's a pretty good philosophy.
yeah, pitiful.
All right, that didn't work. Let's try this one. Matt Ellis says, which is more likely to happen, peace in the Middle East or Jackie liking Jicky?
Oh, hell. I don't even want to talk about jickeys.
For people who may not have heard the podcast before, Jicky's Market here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
I don't even want to hear the damn name.
Jackie does not get along too well with Jicky.
No, sir.
There's also Jockey's Market, but Jackie's all right.
Jockey's fine. Jockey's is fine. It's
Jockey
fine.
sells gas.
They sell gasoline. It ain't the same kind of business I got. I don't know how Jockey's still in business.
Jicky.
The way they run it.
You said Jockey mad, but you meant Jicky
I
mad.
meant Jicky's mad. Jockey's fine. I meant Jicky.
Jockey hear that, he get mad at you.
Well, Jockey ain't no reason for him to get mad. Jockey's fine. Jicky. I don't like to say, I'd rather say Jockey. I don't even like to say the word Jicky. Just don't bring it up no more.
So you think, so I guess we're saying peace in the Middle East may happen sooner than Jackie liking Jicky.
Well, good luck to him.
Marty Bone, B-O-H-N, Bone, Marty Bone, having a barbecue next to the hunger-striking illegals in D.C. I think what Marty's talking about here, Jackie, is in Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
There's a hunger strike going on. I forget what it's called.
For what? What are they not eating
It's
for?
like they're trying to get, I think it's called, I forget what it's called. This is good because, like, at least when somebody just gives us a question like this, it's like there's an excuse for us not to know what's going on. When we bring it up ourselves on a regular podcast, then it seems like we probably should have looked a few things up.
Yeah.
But this way, like, how did we know? Even though we saw this probably 30 minutes ago. They're hunger striking to get, like, illegal immigration reform passed.
That ain't going to help.
You're not in favor of hunger strikes?
I just don't see how making yourself sick is accomplishing anything. Never did. Never did understand that.
Gandhi?
Yeah, Gandhi did this and that, but he had to make himself sick. Don't understand it.
So you're saying whatever cause you believe in is not as important as your health?
Ain't nothing important as making yourself sick. I don't understand it. Don't make no sense. Well, look at me. Poor, pitiful me. I'm going to get sick.
So this doesn't have anything to do with immigration reform, illegals, anything. Jackie just does not like being sick.
I don't know why anybody else likes to be sick.
And also, if Jackie gets hungry, you don't want to be, if his blood sugar, it's like a Snickers commercial where Jackie turns into somebody else, except it's not anybody good like Robin Williams. It's just him, but meaner. If he starts to get hungry, you don't want to be around. Worst fights me and Jackie ever had was when we was hungry.
I got to get something to eat. I always got to get something to eat as soon as we get done with this mess.
Remember when we got lost going to Captain D's and you were so hungry?
Well, you wouldn't pull in there.
I thought they had remodeling, and they were supposed to be a new.
You kept driving around it 4 or 5 damn times.
They were supposed to be a new turn in for the drive-through.
I need to put all them people doing hunger strike in the car with you. Should have cooked a barbecue beside them, put them in the car with you, and drive around.
Well, we finally got there, didn't we?
Well, yeah, but
all that construction threw me off.
Well,
plus I was high as hell.
All right. I don't know why I get in a damn car with you.
So, thanks for that comment. Hold on, lost my place. Keeping them going. Marty Bone, having a barbecue. Derek Talley, Crazy Black Friday Shoppers.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. That's exactly what it is.
In
Crazy.
your face, Derek Talley.
Well, I didn't.
Dan Cummins. How about a shout-out to Chattanooga, Tennessee?
Hey, Chattanooga, Tennessee.
How you doing?
Happy to do that, yeah. I like an aquarium down there.
Wish they were all like that. That's easy.
Yeah, I do. We sit there and say, let's just go through Tennessee where else you won't say hi.
Next time we should just tell us where you're from, and we'll read it.
That's beef. I'd like to say hi to all different parts of Tennessee. Hey, it's Johnson City. Hope you're doing all right.
Hey, Smyrna.
Yeah.
What's up, Plevna? Lisa Pagliaz. Well, she told us how to pronounce this last time, and I done forgot. She's written to us before. Lisa Pagliaz.
Yeah.
World AIDS Day.
World AIDS Day?
TT Slot Shirley has always kept it safe.
What?
Let me tell you something, Lisa. TT Slot is a conscientious sex worker. She knows that it ain't going to be good for her business if she gives all her customers AIDS.
All right.
And that's something I think every business should take to heart. What good is it going to do your business if you give all your customers AIDS? No good.
All right, I don't want to hear about it.
Always, she says, you come to me clean, and you come to me with your Jimmy hat on.
All right, I'm getting sick to my stomach. Quit. I don't want to hear about prostitution on here. It ain't worth my time conversation.
And of course, this is TT Slot back in the old days.
All right.
This is not the new icon of local business here in Murfreesboro, TT Slot, although she still keeps her hand, so to speak, in prostitution.
All right, enough. I ain't going to listen to it.
But she's helping other prostitutes make the leap
from
culvert sucking to leading the way forward for the next generation of businesswomen here in Murfreesboro. So, but yes, World AIDS Day. And AIDS, hey, even George W. Bush works for AIDS.
Well, it's a horrible thing. He's trying to, everybody needs to pitch in.
So, Lisa, you and George W. Bush are on the same side.
Well, that's good,
Oh, hold on. Phone freezing up.
What?
Oh, give me a second.
Phone
sorry,
freezing
everybody.
up. See? Wouldn't have one.
Well, how would we be reading all this?
I don't know how we're doing any of it.
This will cheer you up, Jackie. Chris Smith says Hillary.
Oh, hell.
Jackie, we're going to be hearing more and more about Hillary as 2016 approaches.
I just remember every time, I'd rather hear Obamacare blowing up, messing up, and all that stuff. That's what we're going to be hearing.
Hey, you think Obamacare's bad? Wait till it transitions to Hillary Care.
I don't want to think about what the hell Hillary Care is.
Hill Obamacare, which just combines it.
I don't want no Hill Obamacare.
What if she puts a thin layer of Hillary Care over Obamacare?
I just go make it worse.
Or what if she puts Obamacare in a bowl and squeezes out a tube of Hillary Care all over it and comes out with Hill Obamacare and stirs that all up together and puts that on your biscuit?
I'm getting sick as hell. Enough.
So that's coming up. We're going to have a lot to talk about if we're still doing this in 3 years.
Yeah.
Lost my place again. God damn.
Watch your mouth.
Sorry.
You don't have to.
Here we go. And Tom Arden says, your sponsors, of course. What new business has TT Slot created now?
All right. I don't want to hear about no prostitute business. Enough. Y'all egg him on.
Well, she has Slot Box, which is a business where she has some prostitutes. She went down and she bought out all the old Blockbuster videos they were closing out, having closeout sales on, and they stand up there with a bag of those. You look for what you want on the red box. Then you ask the prostitute if they have it, and then they'll go back to you. And if you want to, they will give you a hand job. But that's only part of it. I mean, the bigger part is you get to watch a movie, too. She's transitioning these women from the prostitute life. You don't have to do a sex act with them.
You ought not to. If you want to get a movie, there's other places to go than to a prostitute with a duffel bag full of them. There's garbage bag, whatever it is. There's other places you can go to get a movie. You don't need to do that.
Of course, there's Slot Juice.
All right.
There's Slot Cider.
All right.
Her daycare business has never really amounted to much, but she said, live and learn.
Enough.
So what does she have brewing now? I don't know. I mean, she keeps talking about a run for city government, but we'll have to see. And, of course, the musical by Victor Mileage they're working on.
Well, they're going to shut that down, I heard. They ain't going to let that play.
Well,
no.
Freedom of speech is what I heard.
Well,
because I live in America.
He'll be doing it in the parking lot again. He ain't going to be doing it for a Play Actors Club building.
Scott Vorey says, Rob Ford. Now, how would Mayor T.T. Slott be any worse than Mayor Rob Ford?
Well, you got a point there. I'll agree with you there.
And by worse, I mean better, because Rob Ford is awesome.
What?
Makes me wish I lived in Canada.
Oh, hell.
I mean, so that I could be proud of my leaders instead of where I live now in America, where I'm not.
How'd anybody be proud of Rob Ford?
He's an honest politician. That's hard to find these days.
He sat there and lied for the longest time that he didn't.
Well, eventually he's honest. Isn't that what matters?
Oh,
fessing up. It's an important part of the political arc
all
these days.
Right. Ain't nothing worth a damn about Rob Ford.
He looks like a lot of fun. I would hang around with him.
Doing that kind of stuff ain't fun for me. Crack, drink, whatever, drinking's all right. Whatever else he did. Crack's the worst one.
And then, of course, he talked about his sex life.
Oh, that ain't conversation you need to be having with.
But it is, Jackie. It's
TV.
A conversation I have with my friends all the time.
All right.
What do we talk about? What we smoked, what drugs we're doing, getting drunk, being drunk out in public, filming ourselves out drunk in public, talking about what we did with the girl last night.
Yeah,
That's my life. And it's good to see my life reflected in the lives of some elected public officials.
Well, I hope you, Rob Ford, proud of yourselves.
We are.
All right.
Rob Ford. Rob Ford. Hang on, I lost my place again. We need to have some, wish we had some music on here to play as I look for my place in these 45 comments we have.
How many we done out of 40? We've been sitting there for almost an hour.
Okay, we're going to really speed through these.
All
we're going to really start speeding through. Sorry if you gave us a comment towards the end here, because now we are really going to just speed through them.
All right.
Michael Durham says, cleargear.com fining a customer $3,500 for leaving a bad review about customer service on a consumer site and it ruining the customer's credit. This is true. There's a site called cleargear.com and some customers said, cleargear.com, oh, they are terrible customer service.
Yeah.
And they sent them a bill for $3,500 saying they, went against the terms of using their website or whatever when they, like a non-disclosure deal or something, when they went and gave them a review.
They can send as many bills as they want. I don't think anybody.
But then they reported them to a credit agency for not paying it.
It sounds like somebody just mad running the business, just mad about something. That's a computer starts all that. Everybody, that's how it all starts. Everybody on the computer making somebody mad.
Because you would not get a bill if you went down to, let's say, Wet Breads, and you had some bad wet breads, which, first of all, that's not going to happen.
That ain't going to happen.
You're never going to walk away from wet breads
that's fantasy world there.
But let's just say you went outside, you said, you know what, that wet breads wasn't that good. They ain't going to come outside and hand you a bill for $3,500.
Hell no.
I heard what you said. That's all computer. Maybe you're right, Jackie, in this case.
That's all computer. Yes, what? Pretty soon everybody in the country is going to get billed like that for saying something.
What? I never heard of cleargear.com, though. I wonder if that's just like what if that's like an Obama company?
I wouldn't be surprised.
They set up to test. Like you get online and say, I hate Obamacare, and the IRS gives you a bill for $3,500.
Sounds about like right to me, yeah.
Y'all need to watch this case, because if Clear Gear gets away with this, you watch. Next time you're on Twitter and saying, Obama, not my president, you're going to get a Twitter bill for $3,500.
Wouldn't be surprised.
From the IRS.
Yeah. That's how it starts, yeah.
Rich Hawkins says open season on Alzheimer's. I guess he's talking about that Alzheimer's guy.
What, who let him?
There was an old man who had Alzheimer's who, I guess he wandered off and he was not ringing somebody's door trying to get in. Doorbell trying to get in the door, shaking the handle, and the dude shot him. This was in Chickamauga, Georgia, which is right outside of Chattanooga, basically Chattanooga. So, hey, Chattanooga, shout out to Chattanooga.
Hey, yeah. You know, that's a horrible situation right there. That's just, who is Alzheimer man's handlers?
We don't know.
Yeah, you ain't supposed to let him get loose like that.
But I suppose people are going to try to blame this on the gun guy.
Well, of course they are. He did shoot him, but still.
You don't know. Middle of the night.
If somebody's, I'm tell you right now, Alzheimer's or not, whatever, however sick you are, whatever it is you got, don't come up on my porch jangling and fumbling around.
Oh, I got cancer. Well, you should have thought of that before you knocked on my door at 2 a.m.
Yeah, you ain't going to have cancer much longer, I'll say that right now.
You're cured, mister. I cured you. But we're not suggesting just shoot sick people.
Well, no, just sick people come trying to get in your house.
In your house.
That's...
Sometimes sick people, you like a dog gets hurt and you try to move it and it bites you.
Yeah.
People are just like dogs. We're all related.
Yeah.
Human animal. So you don't know sick people get violent.
It happens.
All the time. You ever talk to a nurse?
Well, just like you said earlier, me getting riled up when I get hungry. You know what? I ain't in my right mind, you know.
Jackie comes to your house at 3 a.m. looking for some crackers.
I deserve to get shot, I'll say right now. I ain't going to be doing that.
Gregory King, Gregzilla White. Every time I say we're speeding through these, really, we just take a awkward detour.
It's going to be a 2 hour long when I hear him.
Awkward detour. Walking Dead, says Gregory King, Gregzilla White, which is a zombie show, Jackie. I don't know if you have watched it.
No.
It's pretty good.
I don't watch that stuff. I don't like monster movies or anything like that. No.
It takes place outside Atlanta.
Well, it don't matter where the monster is, you know.
Though?
I like old-timey monsters. I don't like these everybody but zombie on. It's the same thing over and over again. I like the Blob, something like that. If they had a show about the Blob, I'd watch that. Blob in Georgia. Old Steve McQueen, Blob.
What would be good, Walking Dead, have a Sheriff Lobo crossover. Sheriff Lobo was in Atlanta, too.
Yeah.
That'd be a good show.
It'd make it a little better, but I'd just get, how long Moss going to try and get you. I just, ain't my thing.
Doctor Who for the confused, says Gregory King, Gregzilla White again.
What?
I don't know. I guess he wanted to talk about Doctor Who.
Oh, hell.
Then he says for the confused.
That's cartoon something, isn't it? What is Doctor?
No, it's British.
Well, cartoon's better than that. We ain't gonna spend, I don't care how many times you ask. I ain't gonna sit here and talk about British stuff.
We already talked about Foghorn Leghorn. That's as close to Doctor Who's we're gonna get.
Yeah.
Paul Walker's death, says Cody Lee Tucker.
That's same, yeah.
Do you know who Paul Walker was?
You was told I wouldn't have known had somebody not told me he'd in Fast Furious movie, car chase movies.
Yeah, you seen some of them
car chase. I like them, yeah. That's like one of boy from Sling Blades in. They over in Japan, wherever.
Yeah, I don't think Paul Walker's in that one.
Well, that's a good one, whether he's in it or not.
If he is, it's like a cameo. Like
it's same. Everybody's saying, I guess that makes sense. It's that, but he just made movies about cars. It's not like...
Say it's ironic that he died. Even the news people, it ain't just on Facebook. Like, I heard it on the radio, an ironic twist, Paul Walker.
Why, people die in a car wreck every damn day. Every day somebody, that ain't nothing.
But he's famous for car movies.
It ain't like, Robert Downey Jr. Gets killed putting on an Iron Man suit or what. I mean, it don't make no sense. Just because it does it in a movie, everybody gets in a car.
Someday we'll all get in Iron Man suits.
Well, I wouldn't put it past Fuchsia, yeah.
And then it will be ironic when Robert Downey Jr. puts on his old man Iron Man suit and tumbles off a balcony. But until then, it's just lay off.
It's a shame, but I don't understand. I don't see no irony. Everybody's in the car all the time.
If a fireman got killed in a fire, not one he was putting out, but like a regular house fire, faulty wiring, that would be ironic, right?
Well, why is it ironic?
Because he's a fireman.
He died in a fire.
Yeah.
That's his job. It's the chances of him, getting burned up is higher than
No,
other
but not
people.
his house. Not a house fire. Like if he's at home just sleeping on the couch.
Oh, they don't do that. No, they down at the. No, they always down there with the dog.
It's his day off, and he's at home. He's got a cigarette going, and he falls asleep, and it burns the couch up. Whole place goes up. It kills him. That's ironic, because he's a fireman.
He should have known better, yeah.
He should have known better.
Yeah.
Now, if he's at the firehouse with the dog and everything, and he falls asleep on the couch with a lit cigarette.
But Kurt Russell's in Backdraft. If he died in a fire, that don't. How's that ironic?
Because he ain't famous for Backdraft.
What's he famous for then?
The computer wore tennis shoes.
What?
I hope he's in that. Let's see here. Dang, sorry. Man, people really wanted to tell us what to talk about.
Well, you ask him.
Oh, Jeff Pooley. Okay, we're going to speed through Jeff Pooley here because he gave us a bunch. Update on what was Little Helen's.
Update on it. It's doing fine. I saw Big Helen the other day. She said, thanked again, she didn't have $25 for this week. So
let me just ask, did you ask her what?
It's awkward at this point. I ain't going to get into it.
Alabama versus Auburn game fiasco.
Yeah, well, they lost.
College football. What are you getting Jackie for Christmas?
Kicker him.
Well, if I told Jackie right now, it wouldn't be a surprise, would it?
No.
Nothing. How pissed off people are going to be when they spend all this Christmas money and can't pay it off with their tax returns because the government will be shut down again. That will piss people off.
I'd be mad about that.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That'll give us something to talk about come April.
Well, yeah.
Oh, and Black Friday. Little late on that one, Jeff Pooley. Thanks for trying. Randy Thomas says Anthony Weiner's sexting partner's labial auction.
What?
She's... This was a TMZ report. I actually watched this. Thanks, Randy, for sending this. She's having surgery on her lady parts. And they're trimming,
okay.
shaping it up.
Enough.
And the excess labia, she's apparently, according to TMZ, encasing it in lucite.
Okay.
And auctioning it off. I don't know if it's for charity or her life.
It's what's the world come to.
Neil Rosengarten says disrespect of musicians.
Disrespecting them.
You should respect them.
A musician?
Well, like if they somebody a good banjo picker or somebody.
Everybody been on the opera out, yeah. They deserve, just pulling that off, getting up there and doing that and being good, yeah. But like somebody just played guitar on the street or something,
no reason to go crazy.
I don't see, reading, yeah.
Ed Founce, F-A-U-N-C-E. Founce?
Huh?
That's a good name, Ed. How Paul Walker would still be alive if he took a ride in Jackie's truck instead of that foreign car.
Well, you don't know that. Wrecks happen all the time. Thank you, lucky stars.
I can guarantee you would have been driving about 25 miles an hour.
Well, it'll get me where I'm going. That's all. I would hope if he needed a ride and I gave it to him, everything would be all right. But you don't know, somebody run into you. It just ain't no telling. I don't understand. Everybody say he got what was coming or whatever that is. I don't know.
I think Ed wanted you to bash foreign cars a little.
Oh, yeah, well, I didn't know what kind of car he's in. Probably foreign car, yeah.
Lisa is back. Lisa Pagliaz saying, need to hear more about that Michael Durham. Who's Michael Durham? Sorry, Lisa, didn't have time to check that one out. We can talk about Michael Douglas.
Oh, yeah, he's good, yeah.
Jewel of the Nile.
Yeah.
Gregory King, Gregzilla White says Auburn beating Alabama in the Iron Bowl.
Yeah,
oh, man, what a game.
Yeah.
I ain't seen one like that in a while.
Nope.
About Bama and mullets, says Matthew Martin.
Mullets?
With two teeth. People from Alabama, or Bama fans, maybe not all people from Alabama. Well, let's just say all people from Alabama have about two teeth in their head. They got a mullet.
Yeah.
And they're probably licking on a horse's butt.
What?
I don't know. Okay, this is where we shut her down. Said no more questions.
Well, all right then. We're done then.
But Randy Thomas is the RNC tweeting that racism is over. They said Rosa Parks fought to end racism, making it seem like racism was over.
Well, she helped.
Yeah, they come out and corrected it and said, well, she helped it get to where it is now. And then we helped get it the rest of the way over the plate.
Oh, RNC? They do the best they can, yeah.
Troy Wall said, how about the death of Paul Crouch, TBN televangelist?
I remember him on TV, yeah.
Did you ever send any money to him?
No, hell no, I didn't give him no money.
Comet Ison fizzled out, says Robert Hill. Thanks, Obama.
Well,
I guess this is some science stuff we should care about. But I guess some comet didn't make it. Died. Maybe.
Died in space, yeah.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
Why would you want to go? That space is where people die. Oh, man. Are we ever going to find out what Big Helen's business does exactly? I hope not, says Tom. Well, if we leave it up to Jackie, no, we are not.
Well.
God dang, I said we were done with questions. Phil Rayleigh said Jackie gave in to temptation, stood in line for 15 minutes to get $1.30 off some Folgers coffee at Piggly Wiggly on Black Friday.
I didn't leave the house on it. I didn't leave the house.
Phil says it right here, you did.
He can laugh all about it if he wants to, but
spreading lies.
That's what the computer's for. That's what everybody, I don't trust none of this.
Matt Buller says football. Ha! Alabama. Did you see that Alabama-Auburn game, Jackie?
I tell you what.
What a game.
It was.
Never in my life.
I couldn't believe it.
Daniel Kegler says, sorry I missed the deadline, but if you have time and or experience, could you please comment on the poor work ethic of 85% of people under the age of 30? Thanks, Cindy. Well, I don't want to besmirch a whole age group.
Knockout game.
But, yeah, I mean, you say they have poor work ethic, but they work pretty hard at slapping people upside the head.
Well, it's where your priorities lie. Yeah, pitiful.
Phil Rady says Big Helen ain't doing the stuff that she used to do. She's doing something else, but it's just as good as the stuff she used to be doing before. Ask anybody. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's an interesting twist. I did not know that.
What's that again?
Big Helen ain't doing the stuff that she used to do.
What do you mean she ain't doing the stuff that she used to do?
That's what Phil Rayleigh says. He says she's doing something else. But it's just as good as the stuff she used to be doing before. And then he says you can ask anybody.
He don't know Big Helen.
Well, he ain't saying she's doing something bad.
Well, that's true.
But he's also not saying what she's doing.
Well, I don't know how he'd know.
Buck Getz says talk about George Jones, about how great he was. He was awesome. Buck, I got to tell you, go to iTunes and search back to the week when the great George Jones died. We spent an hour talking about how great George was. I think it may have been over an hour. And then I think we kind of spent the next week talking a lot about George Jones, too. So we have, I don't think we can say anything better than we said back then about George Jones because we were drunk.
Well, that's true, yeah.
Travis Baker says Normal is moving into Tennessee. That's something.
Well, that's that marijuana, right?
Yep.
We ain't mean moving in. There's always been marijuana around Tennessee.
Well, Normal, I guess the organization is moving. Maybe they're going to try to get it legalized here.
All right, good luck.
That is something, Travis. Thanks for your comment. And Victoria Kelly finally says, thank you, Rosa Parks.
Well, yeah.
We can all agree on that, even the RNC.
Yeah. If whatever they did disturb people or they didn't word it right or whatever, good for the RNC bringing up. At least we're having this conversation, aren't we? It's good that we all talk about Rosa Parks.
Yeah. Good old Rosa Parks.
Did she end racism? Did she not?
It's not her fault. She did as much as she could.
She did the best. See, all the liberals get mad like, no, she didn't. She didn't do nothing.
Why they got to run down Rosa Parks?
Rosa Parks for.
RNC saying she ended racism. Liberals saying she did not.
Yeah, like she couldn't do a damn thing.
That's a liberal for you. That's a liberal. And then they want all the votes. Want all the votes.
Yep.
Whew. Make me mad.
Well, that's computer for you.
Well, we did that in an hour and 10 minutes, Jackie. That ain't too bad.
I'm ready. I need to get something meat in me.
Oh, I need another cough drop. I hope it didn't click against my teeth too much.
I didn't hit.
Sorry, I coughed a lot.
Well,
everybody get on iTunes. Yeah, if you want to remember George Jones, they just had the big concert for him. We did do at least one, if not two, I think.
I think we did two of them. I think you couldn't talk about nothing else.
There was nothing else. We were gobsmacked.
And while you on iTunes, even though be careful on the computer what you do, anything you do on there, feel free to.
It's full of lies, so get on there and talk about how great our podcasts are.
Rate and review, yeah. That's what's supposed to help us somehow.
Spread the word. Subscribe to us. We put these up on YouTube, too. Search for Red State Update on YouTube, and you can listen to these on YouTube if that's how you listen to things. Maybe you listen to things on iPod.
First off, if you listen to this, they all ain't like this one where you just sit on the computer and read lies out loud.
No, some of them we are interested.
Yeah.
And we talk about the news,
sure,
and current events, and how it's affecting you.
Yes, sir, yeah. You all said cough the other way.
I can't.
All right, let's get out of here.
You told me not to touch the microphone. I'd move the microphone, but y'all, does this make noise? Can you hear that?
I can't in these damn
I'm
headphones.
asking the listeners.
They ain't going to answer you.
If somebody is listening, okay, here's me moving the microphone. Now you write in and tell me if you could hear that. Okay, thanks.